During your season of crisis, has your dream been shaken? Maybe you thought that this was your year and then boom, a crisis came your way. Is that you? Well, I have some great news for you. Crisis is not in God's vocabulary, it's a man made word. And you're on your way of having your vision to be fulfilled. Hi, I'm Matthew Thomas with ProStar Business Development, and I help build six-figure entrepreneurs into seven-figure business leaders. And today, I'm hearing more and more people talking about pivoting and changing their vision because of the crisis that they're facing. But my question is why? Why is it that you need to change and pivot your vision if God is the one that gave you that vision? There's no reason to. If God gave you that vision, then make sure that you see to it that that vision is fulfilled. Now, if it happens to be your own vision, then of course, I support you in changing and pivoting all you need to do in order to align with what God has given you. Now, a lot of people tend to mistake and confuse ambition versus vision. Ambition is about the self. When people are thinking about their dream car and their house and being able to have the clothes and the jewelry that they want. And you know what? Nothing wrong with having good ambition. Nothing wrong with dreaming about them. Nothing wrong with even having them as long as those material items does not have you. But make no mistake that this is not vision. This is ambition. Vision is when you're not, thinking about yourself. Vision is not self-centered. It's always about others. It's always about changing the world, or at least changing someone else's world. Vision is when you understand that you are here for a higher purpose than yourself. So you must be wondering, well, how do I, make sure that my vision becomes a reality? Well, there are 5 principles that I'm going to be talking about today, so you have a clear path towards making your vision a reality. Number 1, write your vision down. Number 2, believe in the vision that you have written down. Number 3, create a plan for the vision that you believe in. Number 4, be disciplined on the plan that you have created. And then number 5, make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people that align with the vision that God has given you in your life. Okay, number 1, let's talk about write it down. Write the vision and make it plain. That's what scripture says. So it can be very, very simple. This doesn't have to be a dissertation. This doesn't have to be paragraphs and books. If someone has to read it, it needs to be plain and simple to where a second grader is able to understand it. Okay? For example, look at Elon Musk. He's the founder of many different companies. PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, Hyperloop, you name it. He's founded many different companies. And look at his vision statement for SpaceX. It says, we're going to land people on Mars by 2025. That's it. A second grader can understand that. And he's not saying our goal is to, or we might, or we should, or we ought to. He's saying what? We're going to land people on Mars. It's going to be done. He sees it already. People on Mars, he sees it. He sees himself there too. By 2025, he even gave a timeline for it. In fact, you see Steve Jobs, everybody knows about him. He said, the next stage is going to be computers or slates as agents. Slates? You mean the current day iPad? In other words, it will be as if there's a little person inside that box who starts to anticipate what you want. Little person inside the box? You're talking about Siri? I mean, when did he say this? iPad and iPhones came out in the mid 2000s to the late 2000s. He said this in 1984, a quarter of a century before it became a reality. You see, people like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs and some others, they're living more in the future than they are living in the present. And so when they live in the future, they see a reality and they know that it can be done regardless of what people say about them, what impossibilities are presented to them, no matter what the government, regulations are. They see it as a reality. Nothing is going to stop them until they get it done. And right now, look, Steve Jobs has actually changed the world forever. And so is Elon Musk and some of the others that are out there. Okay, so we need to understand that we are actually living right now in the midst of other people's visions from the past. Sounds a little eerie, but it's true. Think about it. The desk that you're sitting at, the chair that you're sitting in, the computer that you're looking at, the car that you drive, the place that you live in, everything that's around you did not exist at one time. All of these were visions of people from the past that is now a reality. So how do you see yourself in the future? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, 80 years from now, whether you're here or not. How do you see the world? Are you going to be a part? Are you going to contribute to the world in the future in some way? Okay, I want to help you to expand your mind and see what type of vision that you have, so this way you can start taking action in order for that vision to be fulfilled. Because you were actually created for something greater than what you see for yourself right now. You are created for a greater purpose. Do some soul searching. Find that vision that God has put it inside of you and make sure that you take it to action. Now, a vision doesn't guarantee you that you're going to get where you want to, but you're certainly not going to get there without a vision or a vision statement. Okay? Like I said, you're created for something greater than yourself. Let's make sure that we all do our part in finding out what the vision is and what our purpose is in our lives. All right? Now, number 2 is to believe in your vision. I want you to expand yourself. Sometimes people have a vision, but it's usually filtered by impossibilities, circumstances, situations, regulations, traditions, what your parents told you, what your family and friends told you. And so you funnel down your awesome, expanded vision to something that may be realistic. Now, it's okay to be realistic, but that's something that anybody could do, really. I want you to push yourself to be a little unrealistic. Do you think Elon Musk thought it would, when he sent his car into space, did you think everybody else thought that was realistic? When you have a vision, most likely people are going to laugh at you. When I'm talking about vision without filters. Maybe you want to populate Pluto, right? It might be a crazy vision, but write it down. Maybe you want to be a 10 trillionaire. Okay, well, write it down. All right, nothing is impossible for you. If that's a vision that God has given you and you're going to use the resources and your talents and your gifts to change the world, then nothing is going to be impossible. Partner with him and everything's going to be okay. Okay, so when the world tells you that it's not going to happen, your faith in the vision that was given to you is going to be your driving force to make sure that vision becomes a reality. Drive away all fear and unbelief. Do not have unbelief or fear for even 1 second. In fact, 1 second of unbelief can equal to 1 day delay of your vision being a reality. So if you have a 1 minute of unbelief or fear, that can equal your vision to be delayed for 2 months. That's just a formula that you can actually think about for yourself. So if your vision seems impossible for some reason, well, guess what? you're on the right path, because God's not going to give you a vision that's going to be possible. He wants to give you a vision that is impossible, because only the possible can be done by you, and the impossible be done by Him. This is a partnership between you and Him. So make sure that you are not talking yourself out of your vision just because it may seem impossible. Look, what Steve Jobs said before could have seemed impossible to him. Maybe there was some doubt here and there. Maybe that's why it took 25 years for the iPad and the iPhone to come out. Maybe he allowed some of the naysayers to get to him. Okay? But he did not let the eye off his prize. Do you think when he said that, nobody laughed? Of course they did, right? It seemed to be impossible. So if your vision seems impossible, the more impossible your vision seems, the greater it is, basically, the better it is. You probably see your business in full action with 1,000 employees and an assembly line and a logistics system, and or maybe you're thinking about an organization that you want to build to help eradicate hunger, whatever the case may be. You probably see that in your mind right now as a reality in your mind, but really reality, physically, you're probably just making phone calls right now with your assistant or with your spouse. But that's okay. That's what Jeff Bezos did in the 90s. And so and now it's $1 trillion company. And so with this in mind, don't be discouraged. Make sure that you are sticking with the vision that you have in your life, so that way it will become a reality. Now, how you might be wondering, well, how do I make my vision a reality? I need to have a plan, right? Well, that's actually number 3. Create a plan. And you create a plan by following this template that I'm about to give you, right? Number 1 within the plan is to make sure that you have the right thoughts and words. Make sure that you have positive thoughts. Don't allow negativity or impossibilities in your thought life. And then back it up by words of affirmation. Then that will lead to good emotions. You'll start to feel happy. You start to feel like you have purpose in your life. And then that will lead to the decisions that you'll make, because you have the right thoughts and the words and the emotions. So then you start making decisions based upon that. Then that will lead to the actions you'll take. See, don't just sit there and write down your vision and just read it every single day. You got to take action. Those actions will lead to the habits that you'll have on a continual basis. And those habits will create the character that you need to be able to have the destiny that you want to be at and your vision to be fulfilled. So let me just show you it all in one place. Your thoughts lead to your emotions, that lead to your decisions, that lead to your actions, that lead to your habits, that lead to your character, to your destiny and your vision to be fulfilled. Now, if you have negative thoughts, what's that going to lead to? Probably negative words that will go along with that, like I can't, or I don't have the ability, or I don't have the resources. And then that will lead to emotions that are negative, that might cause you to be sad or depressed. That might lead to decisions based on those negative emotions. That's going to lead to the bad actions, incorrect actions to take. That will lead to bad habits. That would lead to a bad character and an unfulfilled destiny. Now, if you start off with positive thoughts, reading the right material, taking in positive things in your reading and hearing and feeling, in all your 5 senses, then you're going to start to say positive words. I can do it. I will do it. I am able to do it. Then you have the positive emotions where you feel happier and jovial, and then you start to make the healthy decisions. Then you start to take the right actions. Then you start to have the good habits that will lead to a great character. Now, if you're building a company, your character actually is the catalyst for the culture of your company. And then you have your fulfilled and promising destiny. See, when you create a plan, list out everything in these areas: thoughts and words. What thoughts and words should I have? What emotions should I have? What decisions should I take? List them all out. What are the decisions? I'm deciding to go out and raise money for this project. Okay, what actions are you going to take? You're actually going to get in your car and go to an event to raise money for this project, right? What kind of habits are you going to have? Well, maybe that particular action, you're going to do that on a monthly basis. Okay, while there are others that you can do on a daily and weekly basis. That's going to help you with your character. What kind of character am I going to be? Am I going to show forward a good or a bad character to others? That's going to get you to your destiny. And then that's already written out, right? From principle number 1. So when you have this all filled out, you have a plan to have your vision to be fulfilled. Now, with this in mind, you have to make sure that you are disciplined. This is number 4. Be disciplined with the plan that you have in place. Okay? And you want to make sure that you actually not only have a to-do list, but actually schedule things in your calendar to make sure that you get those things done. So, being disciplined are self-imposed standards for the sake of a higher goal. Proverbs 29:18 says that without vision, you perish. In other words, why do you perish? Because there were not disciplines in place for you to have your vision to be fulfilled. And so with this in mind, you want to make sure that you are disciplined in every area of your life, because that way you're going to have your vision to become a reality. Now, along with just being generalized discipline, you got to make sure that you're being disciplined with your time. And I will get into that. First of all, let me talk about the exercise here. Number 1, think of 3 random things that you spend your time on. And also, eliminate anything that doesn't align with your vision. So it could be books that you're reading, articles, could be shows that you're watching, whatever the case may be. And then, what do? Repeat numbers 1 and 2 for the next 7 days. So for the next 7 days, list out 3 things that you do all the time. And if any of those do not contribute to your vision at all, then eliminate them. You're going to change your life forever in the next 7 days if you do this exercise. It's a very powerful exercise. It's going to be life-changing for you and the generations to come. Okay? Now, once you have taken care of that, you want to make sure that you are disciplined with your time. The number 1 reason that people do not have their reality, their vision to be a reality, is because they're misusing their time. See, when you're disciplined with your time, you're actually making your life simpler than more complex. Okay? Because a lot of people are distracted all the time with all the things that they need to do. They're filling up their calendars by meeting people for coffee and going to this event and going to a birthday party and so on and so forth. And nothing wrong with that. Maybe they're looking to help people out moving from somewhere. Maybe there's volunteering that you need to do for another organization. Nothing wrong with any of that, and that's all fine. But when I see people that have gone on in life 20, 30, 40 years and they still have not had their vision to become a reality, then it's something that they need to do to check their calendar and see, what have I done all this time? Okay, why has my vision not become a reality, or not even close to it? I haven't even progressed 1 ounce or 1 inch from there. Okay, so make sure that you're disciplining yourself with your time, because people are actually get distracted very easily on minor things, even if they're good things, because a lot of people don't get distracted on bad things that they're doing. It's actually the good things that I just talked about, right? So I want to make sure that you are disciplining yourself with your time, because even if it offends someone else for not meeting them for coffee or not going to their birthday party, it is not selfish of you to say no. Okay? Remember, vision is not about yourself, it is about others. So it actually simplifies your life. When you have a vision, you know what books not to read. You know what online articles or physical articles not to read. You know what shows not to watch. You know what conversations to not be a part of. You see, if I was to come to your house and I see your library with a bunch of books, I can tell where you're going to end up in the next few years based on the books that you have in your library. If I was to have a peek into your bank account, if you allow me to take a peek, then I can actually tell where you're going to be in the next year based on what you're investing your money in, because people only spend money on things that they believe in. So make sure that you're disciplining yourself in every area of your life. Simplify your life so this way you can see your vision become a reality very soon. Number 5 is to surround yourself with key people that understand and align with your vision. It's very important that you are aligning with people that understand you, because otherwise you're going to be very distracted, and you might be even discouraged. So you're going to be wise like a serpent and make sure that you're choosing the right people to spend time with. For example, Michael Jordan, he surrounded himself with Steve Kerr, Dennis Rodman, and Scottie Pippen. Okay, John Lennon surrounded himself with Paul McCartney. Even Jesus, who had many disciples, had 12 closer disciples and 3 people that were real close to him, Peter, James, and John. And so all these people's visions became a reality. Why? Especially because of the people that they chose to hang out with. Okay, so your vision actually dictates who you actually associate with. A person of vision chooses their friends based on their destination. So even today, I don't spend as much time as I did with friends before, not because I don't love them or I hate them or anything like that. We all love each other, and for them also, they have a vision for their life as well, and that's okay. And so we need to make sure that we're choosing and selecting people that's going to help our vision to become a reality. Again, it's not selfish. Vision is about everyone else. That's what it's all about. And so, very important to understand that you are the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Let that sink in. You are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Who are the 5 people that you spend the most time with? Are they taking away from the vision that you have in your life, or are they contributing to it? Do they agree with you, or do they disagree with you? Do they make fun of you for whatever vision that you have shared with them, or are they supportive of you? Answer these questions and others, and see if the people that you're hanging out with right now are beneficial for your vision to become a reality. Make sure that you're making the necessary changes. Look, your friends, and as much as they love you, they're not the ones that's going to be paying your bills. They're not the ones that's going to be taking care of you later on in life. You have to make sure that you're depending on yourself, depending on the vision that's been given to you. So this way, you are choosing to be around people that can really help your vision to become a reality. That may even cause you to, buy friends. Now, don't get me wrong when I say buy friends. What I'm saying is to invest in people that can help your vision to become a reality, whether it's a life coach, a business coach, whatever that may be. They can become a friend to you that can help your vision to become a reality, even though you have to pay them. Okay? I know people that have paid, hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, even six figures to make sure that they get advice and mentorship from the right people to be in their lives. In fact, I have, some of my clients, one of my clients that I met 3 years ago, this person was making $150,000. And 3 years later, after investing in me and me training and meeting with them, now they're a $20 million company heading for 30, 40, and $50 million. Their lives and their generations ahead have changed. So don't be afraid to invest in others or find people that align with you. And so that way your vision can become a reality sooner than later. So let me go over the reviews as I went over before. Number 1, write down your vision. Number 2, believe in your vision. Number 3, create a plan based on the vision that you have received. Number 4, be disciplined on that plan. And number 5, surround yourself with key people that align with your vision. Now, I do offer live corporate training events, whether it's live online or live in person on site, whether it's at your company site or any other site that you choose. We talk about everything that you need after an initial assessment of your company, whether you need leadership training or sales and marketing training or business development, whatever the case may be. We're able to cover that for you and make sure that you're getting on track to your company becoming a success in the next levels and the levels beyond. And we do that online or on a live corporate setting as well. I also offer an online membership community where we have monthly Zoom meetings. I talk about at some type of business topic from 30 to 45 minutes, and then we have 15 to 20 minutes of Q&A where people can ask questions, and this is a great learning experience. That also includes bi-weekly emails where I send out tips that you can implement right away for your business or for your life. So this way you can start seeing changes immediately. And I invite entrepreneur guests as well, so you can learn from their successes and even failures. So when you learn from their failures especially, that could save you 5-10 years of making mistakes, where you can be on track to becoming a great success for yourself and for your company. And also we offer a digital community as well, where we all get together, put our heads together, and find solutions for each other that can really help you to grow your business to the next level. If you have any questions on live events or online membership community, you can reach me at 469-609-7641 or info@prostarbd.com or our website at prostarbd.com. And this is Matthew Thomas telling you that your best days are ahead. Don't give up, even if you feel like you're in a pit, even if you're in a crisis. You are heading towards a promising future and a fulfilled destiny. Take care. God bless.